If the Marvel Cinematic Universe had stopped making content after Avengers Endgame, it would have been nearly universally applauded as one of the biggest achievements in the history of movies. It expertly weaves stories together with different characters, and it all culminated in a spectacular and emotionally satisfying climax. But it didn't end with Endgame. Marvel kept making movies and shows, some better than others. Now it is almost universally viewed as a bit of a mess. Now I'm looking at this as more of a DC Comics fan. I was raised with the tight punchy stories of Batman and Superman, and I want to love the Marvel Cinematic Universe again. I really do. But the MCU is a chaotic clusterfuck of loose ends, dangling plot threads, and unresolved cliffhangers that make my head spin. I mean, come on, Marvel, you're drowning us in multiverses of chaos, and I can't keep up. And I think a lot of fans feel the same way. So let's talk about this dumpster fire a little bit. Starting with Moon Knight. Now, Moon Knight is just an average show, but I'm picking on it because of the way it ended. This show was a special kind of infuriating. Back in the day, TV shows would end with a cliffhanger, sure. There was the famous Dallas Who Shot JR cliffhanger. There was the Picard cliffhanger. Was he going to be a Borg and was he going to be written off of Star Trek? But you know what? You had to wait a summer, and then boom, a resolution. The bad guy's plan wrapped up. The hero's arc moving forward. But with the Marvel Cinematic Universe, they leave you hanging for years, teasing up stuff that might never actually get resolved, and if it does, it probably will be resolved in a completely separate series or movie. It's like they're laughing at us saying, keep dreaming and keep giving money to Disney+. Moon Knight came out in 2022. It's currently 2025. It's been a long time since I've had first grade math, but I think that's about 3 years. Oscar Isaac gave us a great performance as Mark Spector, Stephen Grant, and that mysterious third identity, Jake Lockley. The show dives into dissociative identity disorder. It's gritty, it's bold, it's fun, it meanders a bit and gets silly, and even despite its flaws, I enjoyed it more or less. And then bam, the finale hits. Jake Lockley, the third personality, takes over, still loyal to that creepy Egyptian god. Mid-credit scene, big reveal, and nothing. Absolutely nothing.
Nothing! Absolutely nothing!
Now let's talk about Daredevil. Daredevil has always been my favorite thing about Marvel, and the 3 seasons of Netflix were astonishingly good.
Just wonderful.
I was cautiously optimistic about Daredevil Born Again, and while I had reservations about what the show delivered, I truly enjoyed it. The first season of Born Again was good, it was fun, but it didn't really have a conclusion, it just stopped. Wilson Fisk is out there declaring martial law in New York, and I'm sitting here like, well, how does this affect Spider-Man? The Thunderbolts was in New York, no mention of a Mayor Fisk, or anything about a curfew, or anything at all. Punisher returned in Daredevil Born Again. What's going on with him? What is Daredevil actually going to do about Wilson Fisk? He was at the facility, he was ready to attack, but he didn't. Is Karen Page going to actually be part of the show in the future, or was her appearance just fan service? What about the Bullseye tease? Nope, nothing. Hurry up and wait seems to be the mantra from Disney+. Hurry up and wait and keep paying for Disney+. I have no plans to watch Ironheart because of what I've read about it and the reviews that I've seen, but I did watch Thunderbolts. Thunderbolts didn't really move the ball forward very much. They're all the same characters, nothing really gets advanced. We're introduced to Bob, which is pretty cool, but that's just another dangling thread. We have to wait a long time to find out what happens with Bob.
I'm sailing!
And the post-credit scene was a tease for the Fantastic Four. More setups, no payoffs. The DC Extended Universe movies had serious issues, but at least their movies were movies. You could watch the movie, see a beginning, middle, and end. Sure, it might tease something here or there for the future, but the movies were mostly self-contained. You didn't have to do a bunch of homework to watch a DC movie. In order to keep up with all of this, I feel like I need a big conspiracy theory board. With James Gunn taking over DC and the launch of the DCU starting with Superman coming up, I'm hoping that they create a universe that is interconnected and fun like the Marvel Cinematic Universe used to be before it went off the rails after Endgame. I'm looking forward to a cohesive superhero universe again, and I'm cautiously optimistic that that's what's going to happen with DC. Marvel almost seems to be a lost cause. It's a house of cards where they keep piling on new layers but never working on the foundation or resolving anything from the past. Just a few examples. In The Eternals from 2021, Dade Whitman is seen with Ebony Blade and a post-credit scene with Blade's voice questioning his readiness. With Blade's release uncertain, is this something that's actually going to come to fruition or not? Secret Invasion 2023 reveals that James Rhodey Rhodes was replaced by a Skrull at some point after Captain America Civil War. Are we still supposed to be wondering which characters are secretly Skrulls? Do we have to wait until one of these upcoming Avengers movies years away to figure that out? In 2015's Ant-Man, Hydra operative Mitchell Carson escapes with a vial of Pym particles. That plot thread has never been resolved either. We are still waiting for a sequel to Shang-Chi from 2021, 4 years ago, with no potential resolution of the dangling plot threads from that anywhere in sight. The finale of WandaVision shows White Vision, but what happened to him? Are we still supposed to be wondering what Vision's up to? There are more loose ends, but I don't want to beat the metaphorical dead horse. Marvel doesn't seem to understand that stories can end and arcs can close and dangling threads can be cleaned up. Stories need to have resolutions. It doesn't mean everything has to be tied up, but stories need resolutions, otherwise they're not stories, they're just things that happen. And that's not the same thing.